Hi, I'm Holly and welcome to my review of Treetops Executive Residences, Singapore. Recently I stayed here with my husband and 3 kids and I'm going to share why we chose it, the positives and any negatives of staying here. Let's get into it. First off, why we chose to stay at Treetops. It was important for us to choose somewhere to stay in Singapore that had a good pool, since it's such a hot and sweaty climate. Swimming in a pool on holidays is always one of our kids' highlights of the holiday too, no matter where in the world we are. We also really wanted somewhere that included breakfast every day. Travelling with young kids is hard work at times, so we thought not having to worry about finding and preparing breakfast every morning would make our mornings run a bit more smoothly, which it certainly did. This was our first international holiday as a family of 5, and we learnt that most hotels have a maximum occupancy of 4 people per room. This meant lots of hotels we looked into, like the Shangri-La, were just way too expensive for us when you had to book 2 rooms rather than just 1. So in summary, our non-negotiables when selecting a place to stay in Singapore were number 1, a nice pool, number 2, breakfast included, and number 3, 5 people were allowed. Now for all the positive things about staying here. Treetops was one of the nicest places we have ever stayed. It felt peaceful and luxurious. We stayed in the superior 2-bedroom apartment for 7 nights. It was amazing and we loved it. It was modern, spacious and clean. It was so nice having 2 bathrooms and so much room to all spread out in, so it didn't feel like we were all on top of each other. It was also super nice having room service every day except for Sundays. I filmed this room tour right at the end of our holiday, just before we were about to leave for the airport. Our kids had just had one last swim in the pool. So that's why everything is looking a bit messy. We had been here for a whole 7 days. Another thing I loved about this resort was the beautiful grand entry foyer looking out over the pool. It reminded me of a few of the beautiful hotels in Bali that I've been to. Also, there is beautiful lush greenery all throughout the resort. We also loved the little playground, which our children thoroughly enjoyed playing at several times. The pool was fantastic. We absolutely loved cooling off in it each afternoon. Unfortunately, I didn't get much footage of it, but it was great. The buffet breakfast was delicious every morning. It was such a nice way to start each day. There was even gluten-free bread, which was great for myself. They also rotated a few of the dishes, so you weren't eating the exact same thing every single day. Now for the negatives of staying at Treetops. Unfortunately, there is no restaurant or cafe open for dinner at Treetops. If you want to have dinner at the resort, you can't unless you make it yourself in your kitchen with food you have bought from the nearby supermarket. The only other negative I can think of is the price. It cost us $785 a night to stay here. That included breakfast and a very spacious 2-bedroom apartment and a stunning pool, but it is still pretty expensive. When researching accommodation options in Singapore, I couldn't find anywhere else that included everything we were looking for that cost less. But if you have found somewhere, then please comment below. Well, that's the end of our review of Treetops Executive Residences, Singapore. We had such a wonderful time here making memories with our family. We were really happy with our choice of accommodation for our family Singapore holiday. If it fits into your budget, then I would absolutely recommend staying at Treetops. Thanks for watching and be sure to hit subscribe so you can join us on our next family adventure to Bustleton in Western Australia.